they can make circus-level catches. I mean...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to fire. Buys a little time with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. The Tide crowd roaring noise down on the Saban field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's a live ball behind the line. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Great job.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They punt it away on fourth down. Just needs a crack to get a return. The coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So Alabama's offense will get the ball for the first time. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness.
Breaks into the open. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbounds.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Makes the catch. It's Durant. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get this running back.
Touchdown, Bama! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts, as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the...
There he goes! Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Under fire. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Looking for a gap. It's Payne. He breaks a tackle. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. It's complete to the left. Got room at the 35. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Go to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Toppin. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Working that left side now. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. First and goal for the offense. He'll do it himself. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. And the catch him right into the end zone. Touchdown time.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Garrison. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking for space. It's Payne. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10 from the 38. They're going to ride this running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stuffed on first down and 2nd and 10. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Pressure coming. And they get it to him, and down goes the quarterback, and you just cannot afford that in this spot. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
They kick it away on 4th down. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. From the gun, give on the inside. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Scanning the field, it's Toppin. Hauls it in. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Well, the upside is you could get a 1st down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Defense might bring the house here. Takes a handoff. It's Payne. Headed to the end zone. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Green Wave.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. Always fun to see 2 of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 30. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. They had the explosive score, and it's all for naught as that penalty will take the touchdown off the board. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Quick completion on the out route. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Clock ticks down. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Back to pass. It's Toppin. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position.
Gonna let it fly. Hits him in stride at the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. From the gun, he'll try to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And it's caught. Touchdown, Alabama!
They decided to go for it on 4th down, and that was not easy, man. These windows open and close so quickly when you're throwing into the end zone, but really nice timing by the quarterback, and because of that, on 4th down, it's a touchdown.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Didn't find much running room on 1st down. 2nd and 8 from their own 27. Off play action. He's got him. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Defense looks like they're coming. Running to Green. Picks up the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Garrison. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Garrison. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, we're young.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. To the air, it's Toppins. Oh, they're after him. He won't have enough for the first down as the defense able to corral him. It'll be fourth down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Looking for room at the 40. At the 45 on his way. There he goes to the right. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Here's the pressure. Finds his man. It's Garrison. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. To the air on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. They've got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Here comes the option. Quick toss. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Might as well stick with him. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. We'll see if this dude can keep it rolling. You know, 3 Alabama running backs have won the Doak Walker for the best running back in the country. Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Trent Richardson. Throw in Mark Ingram, who won a Heisman. He might be able to add his name to that illustrious list.
And we can still throw people there too. Sean Alexander, we can go back even further. Alabama's always had great running backs. And when your name gets mentioned with those guys, you talk about puffing out your chest and knowing that you've had a day or a season or a career when you get mentioned with those kind of cats.
Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. Looking for a man. It's Toppin. Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill, and giving up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Bama! house like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Trying to set up the screen. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Man, this poor quarterback, he's got no time. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to find different ways to do it. Sometimes it's not working with 4 wide receivers. Maybe you bring in a couple tight ends, go max protection, more guys blocking, less guys in routes, but you got to find something to have success.
Tulane now facing 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Payne. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And here comes the punt team. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team gets the job done and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Toppin. Fires to the tight end. Turning it on! That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't connect on his first throw.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
With the catch, it's Morrison. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. Dropping back, it's Gentry. Under fire. And comes out. What a disastrous play. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. And he makes the grab, but can't get the foot down in the field of play. Almost had 6 there. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He'll take another shot here. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
The screen, and watch out. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on third and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Finding an escape route. Got the first down and more. Oh, there's an alley on the left. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard. This is what an elite team does.